American Pickers is finally returning, with Danielle Colby announcing that the new season will premiere on July 2nd. Alongside the news, Colby also shared their favorite episode of the series, a fan favorite that highlights how well the show's early seasons have held up, thanks to heartfelt conversations and unforgettable characters. On the series, pickers Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz crisscross the country in search of vintage treasures, often guided by tips from Colby, their office manager-turned-picker, and the fascinating people they meet along the way. Fritz died last year, but spent most of his later life hunting antique goods with Wolfe. Colby, who uses they/them pronouns, told Newsweek that the 6th episode of Season 1 was the one they remember the most and care about to this day. This episode, titled Mole Man, follows Wolfe and Fritz as they meet up with a bunch of other pickers just like them. Colby pointed out that the reason the Mole Man episode is their favorite is because of the conversations. One man, Jim, had a large collection of stuff, most of which he did not want to part with. What was touching was when Wolfe was able to buy a tin toy because it was clear to Jim how much Wolfe cared for and respected it. It turned out the toy was worth hundreds of dollars. Because of conversations like the ones Wolfe was able to have with sellers, Danielle said, those conversations were incredible, and it was a magical moment for TV, and it was a magical moment for all of us because we were all experiencing something new and different as well. There are many reasons why American Pickers became a staple on the History Channel, but it is conversations like the ones in this episode that genuinely make the show wonderful. Every person has a history behind every item. Although he is only one part of the episode, the titular Mole Man Ron Heist is one of the most memorable characters on American Pickers. Wolfe and Fritz meet up with a fellow picker, Heist, to explore his handmade 26-room house. Heist's home was entirely underground, and he built the structure using materials and scrap he carried home on his motorcycle. Wolfe later claimed that Heist was a good guy with great stuff, but explained that there was so much of it. According to an interview Wolfe did after the first season, Heist's home was full of valuable items and antiques, but only a couple of minutes of the layout was displayed on American Pickers. During the episode, Wolfe and Fritz must navigate their way through tunnels, over wooden beams, and across bridges. Even in the small portion shown on American Pickers, it was clear that Heist's underground home and collection were far more extensive than anyone could imagine. Following the release of the American Pickers episode Mole Man, Heist appeared again elsewhere. Heist was the subject of a 2017 documentary also titled Mole Man, which followed him and his family after the passing of Heist's father. In both the Mole Man documentary and the American Pickers episode, Heist's skill as a picker was showcased. Even though Wolfe and Fritz did not buy anything from Heist, they were impressed by his home and life. Heist died in his sleep from a cardiac arrhythmia in 2023.